Hello and welcome to another episode of the MTG Arena Run. Today we're gonna check out the Golgari Exploration deck, and we're gonna see how much synergy we can learn from, how much synergy we get from this, what we can learn from this deck, and pretty much we're gonna see what it takes to play a very synergistic deck. Now, unlike the typical tribal decks where, okay, we just play a bunch of the same tribe, there are a few cards that will improve on this one. This deck pretty much has an A and B mechanic, so this is a very good example. So we have the cards that explore, they generate the fuel, and we have the cards that benefit from the explore. Now, hopefully this is not the only one we draw from this time. We're gonna keep this one because at least it gives us an early play. And if there's a nice thing about explore is that it helps us draw into more fuel for the fire per se. So I'm gonna go ahead and have our Seeker Squire seek out. Okay, that took out one land from the deck. I would have preferred it to be a non-land since we're kind of land flooded now, but this is okay. Okay, I take it back. This is not okay. So hopefully in the next two turns we can draw some fuel. At least we'll be able to eliminate the Vitalist. As it is, our opponent is digging for lands too. Well, he does have 3 mana up. He could easily cast a Benelish Marshal. Well, I guess he's not. Okay, we have a Tomb Robber. Now, this guy... well, thankfully the rare ones, they're repeatable explorers, so... in fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast the Lurking Chupacabra first. Hope our opponent doesn't have a way to remove it. Then we're gonna cast Tomb Robber, play a land, Tomb Robber, double explore. Or maybe even single explore because we have a Scaled Behemoth in hand. Well, at least the Tomb Robber will dig up some cards. Now, this is hoping our opponent does not have a cast out. Shall I? Okay. We definitely have to remove it, so we're gonna play our land. We're gonna cast Tomb Robber. And we're going to double explore. Gonna discard our swamp. We're gonna chuck the Caravel because this is the one case where we actually want to draw into land. So I'm gonna chuck our other swamp. Yep, we drew into a land. Sure, it taps, but there with a few lands we answered the very painful Shalai, and we get to swing in for 2. So that took off some steam. Opponent's now gonna start digging for another big threat. Angel of Sanctions is a problem. It'll most likely eliminate our Tomb Robber. Cast out. Yeah, it's gonna take out the Tomb Robber. It's gonna take out the repeatable source. We have a Chupacabra, and our opponent can cast Angel of Sanctions. We actually kind of want him to, so... let's see. He could cast another Chupacabra now. Yeah, there's no reason for I'm trying to think, is there a 6 or 7 mana spell that I should be afraid of? Can't think of one right now, so I'm just gonna cast a Chupacabra. Let's start putting some pressure. Angel of Sanctions will definitely answer one of them, but he can't. And the nice thing is, we actually have an interesting combo here. I can attack with Lurking Chupacabra. Moment of Craving, drop this to 1-2. Okay. Let's see if we can free up this guy first. So, attack. Opponent should suspect the trick. Yep, he suspects the trick, so he's not gonna fall for it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just explore and moment craving. So yep, we definitely want to keep Wayfinder on top. Now, and bomb only costs 6, so he can just replay it again. Yep, that's exactly what he's gonna do. Take out one Chupacabra. So we're gonna get one Explore shot. I'm actually gonna save it then. I'm gonna just play the Scaled Behemoth right now. No attackers. Our opponent knows what we have. Knows that what this card is. So it's now a question of what. If we can get 2 running Explore creatures, we can take out Angel of Sanctions. Tetris Monument. Our opponent's gonna start gumming up the board. Scaled Behemoth has X-Proof, but no trample. What you want is Carnage Tyrant. That's the one that you want. So our Explore is okay. So it's really dependent on what we draw. Okay, we didn't draw an Explore creature. So I'm gonna just I'm just gonna swing in with these 2 guys first. There's another thing we can do is we can just answer these side threats and ignore the angel. So let's do that, because let's definitely answer the Channeler Initiate, because that can become a big threat. And you get Trashing Brontodon to get back the Tomb Robber, so that stays on top. Channeler Initiate goes. And our opponent is more incentivized to answer the Scaled Behemoth first. He has an Angel of Sanctions. He will take out the other Chupacabra. Our opponent has enough that he can multi-block. But I'm gonna just annoy him a bit first by getting the Tomb Robber out later. So let's see I actually want our opponent to swing in with both of these. So that's it. Let's end the turn for now. Opponent has Serra Angel, so opponent's gonna gum up the board really good. I'm gonna need to think of ways to clear this true. If our opponent attacks with the Angel of Sanctions, I will swing in the Scaled Behemoth. That swings in with both. Let's see. Okay, we're drawing a lot of lands that we don't want. So this is what I'm gonna do. Wait, let's cancel that first. Let's go into combat. We'll send in the Scaled Behemoth. Our opponent could have a Settle the Wreckage. He's looking at his hand right now. That could probably... Yeah, he had to Settle the Wreckage. Well, looks like our opponent had a... That is one way to answer Hexproof. And at least it gets rid of yet another basic land we don't want. So I'm going to actually just sack the... Tomb Robber has Menace, but we need to start building him up a bit. I'm gonna actually just use... I'm just gonna actually start chucking lands. And yep, guess what? We drew a land, so I'm gonna chuck even more. So basically right now I'm just using Tomb Robber to just keep digging. Jungle Creeper can go in the graveyard because we can just return him later. So that's... Yeah, it's a good game. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opponent has a pump spell if he's... Oh, he has Lyra. Not quite a pump spell, but... Yeah. So our opponent was able to answer our... Oh, wait. That's more than enough. So our opponent was able to answer our answer one of our synergy components, and that was enough to shut down our deck. We had ways to answer Angel of Sanctions, but we didn't have ways to answer all of his Angels of Sanctions. So we can see what the deck needs. Actually, the more I think of it, do I really want... Well, the deck is called Golgari Exploration, so I'm going to proceed with the Explore plan. But that's not the only direction we can take green-black. Dominaria released a Saproling Fungus tribal team. That is another complete way to do that, but that's a completely different deck, so I'll... Okay, here we have neither A nor B. In fact, we have no creatures at all. We do have ways to answer. I guess I can keep this. I have something to do at turn 3 and turn 4. And this is actually quite good if our opponent's deck happens to be aggressive. So I'll keep this for now. This is actually bad if our opponent's deck is a control deck. And let's test out some of these removal options per se. Now, if ever we decide we need a 4-mana sorcery that destroys a target creature, we will definitely substitute Impale with a card called Eviscerate from Dominaria. Okay, so we drew one creature. Reasons it's easier on the casting cost. Instead of 2 black, it's 3 and a black. So definitely we will have a turn 3 play. Our opponent is looking to be an aggressive deck, so so Golden Demise is actually going to be quite good. White-black right now can mean 3 things. Could either mean zombies from Amonkhet, vampires from Ixalan, or knights from Dominaria. Kinda interesting. Okay, we have vampires, so... And we got our 1 component, so we need another component. It'll be really bad if our opponent plays Running Legion Lieutenants, but at least we have Doomfall. If our opponent plays Queen's Commission, that's... Okay, he has Running Legion Lieutenants. We have to do Doomfall first. And the nice thing is we can Doomfall into Impale if the problem is just run... Okay, target opponent exiles a creature. We have no choice in the matter per se. So if our opponent plays Fortress Monument, that's so I can actually wait. In fact, I can actually just play Impale first. Tempted to just play the Brontodon and just destroy. Okay, let's play the Brontodon. End turn. Let's threaten to destroy the monument. If this forces our opponent to cast 1 creature, I'm actually all in for it. So okay, cast it's a Legion Lieutenant. So I'm gonna let that resolve. So I can't quite destroy it yet. So I'm actually going to just Impale 1 of the lieutenants. Ooh, 4-runner. Okay, this is quite juicy, but we need to eliminate 1 Legion Lieutenant first before we can Golden Demise our way out. And our opponent could be digging up for Legion Lieutenant number 4. We already took out 1. If he draws something else, we stand a chance. Yeah, Marvin Fane, that's actually perfect. So right now, Trashing Brontodon's gonna stay alive. See, okay, Fall Orchard. No, we're gonna play Impale, so we're definitely gonna play Tapland first. We're gonna take a bunch of damage. but no attackers. So we're ironically playing a control game right now. So opponent plays Marvin Fane. He's gonna pump Forerunner. We're gonna take some damage. As long as he doesn't find a way to permanently pump Legion Lieutenant. So we're gonna take the damage. Okay, so we can actually Chef Oasis into Moment of... So okay, we're gonna play Forest first. We're gonna play Golden Demise. It wipes their entire board. And we're going to attack for 1 damage. And we're going to destroy their Petra's Monument. So we've set our opponent back a lot, so we're kind of free to actually play our Lurking Chupacabra. We still haven't drawn a single card that explores, but we've taken control. That's how many creatures and how many tokens? We've answered 3 out of a possible 4 Legion Lieutenants. So, yep, he's gonna answer our creatures on a one-on-one basis. That's perfectly fine. Well, he can dig himself out the zombie. Right now, we're actually hurting for creatures. We're quite flooded. But we did buy ourselves a lot of time, and we answered quite a bit of our opponent's threats. Now, okay, he's gonna just draw a card, lose a life. We will need to do If Near Dead lands into Moment of Craving. So, but we'll do this on our turn. Yep, we kind of have to. We're drawing a lot of lands now, so wait, let's cancel that. We're probably not gonna use Chef Oasis anytime soon. So, If Near Dead lands, choose target. Yep, submit. Sacrifice the Oasis. Submit. Then the Moment of Craving. We're still not out of the woods yet. Even though we answered a lot of our opponent's creatures, we are quite land flooded. Our opponent probably still has threats at this point. In fact, he can just... Okay, Vanquisher's Banner. He could at the very least make a zombie and we're still in real trouble. Okay, we got a wild growth walker. That's another component, but we still are yet to draw an explore card. We really need to start exploring. We need to start exploring soon. And how many cards deep did we go in? I think it's been 10 turns. More or less, it's been 10 turns. I know we don't have any card draw. So it's been 10 turns. We've drawn only 3 creatures. Opponents. And we're still drawing lands. Okay. Do I want to use If Near Dead lands now, or do I want to use it when it's a creature that... Now, take note. He has +1/+1, so it might not even matter. So I'm just gonna off it now. I know it's quite impatient. It's actually a very bad plan, but a lot of vampires are... I'll be annoyed if it turned out he plays Queen's Commission or Call to the Feast. So right now our opponent could just have a seal away. It just answers this creature. It's perfectly fine, I guess. I'm curious what... Okay, our opponent's now playing Sanctum Seeker. And he's now going to start refilling his hand. We're going to... Yep, our opponent simply drew a lot more gas than we did. So... In a sense, that's a problem with the A and B component type deck. if we don't draw both components at when you need them, it kind of falls apart really badly. So I guess this is a case where we probably want to drop chaff like the jungle creeper. We really want to go, if we're going explore, we go all in on explore. We need to add way more explore cards. As it is right now, we can chump block jungle. We can continually jump block. Yeah, and we're still drawing land. So I'm just gonna return and recast. This is gonna be very painful, but we're not exactly drawing any action. Well, the fact that we lasted this long despite not drawing any action is quite great. I guess there is room for Golden Demise. That was actually one of the cards I wanted to cut, but I guess we're keeping it. Still drawing land. Oh golly. I can't say anything to express my displeasure, but oh well. Okay, and our opponent now has a flying threat, so yep, we're gonna lose. Well, this game is, I was about to say this game's not representative. No, this game actually does represent some of the issues. So, and Sanctum Seeker now has lifelink. We're never gonna race him. We are forced to block. Yep. We drew another wild growth walker, but way too late. At least we have the mana to cast both of them, but it's really just good game at this point. So yeah, and actually, the more I think of it, our opponent's deck, probably with the exception, probably just a stock. It's actually a stock vampires deck, plus minus a few cards. It's actually more streamlined, so yeah, we now know how to. We kind of know what we need to cut off from. We kind of know what we need to cut from this deck. I know. Okay, he's definitely streamlined it. I wonder if Elenda did. Okay, Bishop of Hiding. Yeah, he's got it all. Definitely gonna bind the jungle creeper. That one bought us some time, but is delaying the inevitable actually even worth it? Yeah, so we're gonna take. Yeah. Actually, no. He's already pumped it up, so yeah, it's really just good game at this point. So we're now 0-2. This is actually the one deck I was really excited to play. If it comes together, it really comes together. As it is, but we see the case where it's not always best case scenario. There are gonna be times when the deck doesn't come together. And sure, we had a very great blowout play. We were able to wipe out a lot of our opponent's creatures, but we never got to capitalize. Sure, drawing tons of lands doesn't help, but let's see. So we do have some initial explore. Mausoleum Harpy. Yeah, this is another card I would consider on the chaff that needs to be cut. I think another problem is that the explore play has early game payoff in the terms of lurking Chupacabra and the wild growth walker, but that's it. Okay, we are now facing off against. Okay, Earthshaker Kenra. We need to discourage him from attacking, even if it's just forcing a trait. So I'll play Seeker Squire first. Yes, we're definitely keeping Wild Growth Walker, but our opponent sure can just lightning bolt this guy out of the way. Stop Crasher. So here's an interesting proposition. We know we're not gonna draw for another lands. Okay, we're gonna take 5. Yep, this is the red super aggro deck. We'll probably be able to block once. So, do I cast Jungle Creeper, or do I just cast... I think the best bet right now is actually just cast the Wild Growth Walker. Cast the Wild Growth Walker. We're not gonna attack because we need to assume that we're going to have to block this guy. If our opponent can remove Wild Growth Walker, we're screwed. If he can't remove it, yep, he just removed it. Probably should play Jungle Creeper first, but at least we're able to hold back some. We're able to hold back some damage for the time being, but we're gonna be in a world of hurt right now. Okay, we can Reaver Ambush our way out of this. Yeah, we have no choice. We have to Reaver Ambush this guy now. Still not attacking. We need to catch up on mana. We need to start depleting his resources. Him having... I kind of want the Reaver Ambush back, but never mind. Okay, so we got our 4th land. We have to play Jungle Creeper because we know we need to trade. We're going to be trading 2 cards. So still no attacks. We need to trade off for Rampaging Ferocidon if we can. Double Ramming Up is not helping. Mutiny is horrible too, so we can't block Rampaging Ferocidon. We can block these other guys though. He's really going all in with the damage plan. So let's see. It takes 6 to Eternalize. He dropped himself to 5. We're gonna block the Soul Scar Mage first. So, okay, we drew another land. Not the one we wanted, but it does allow us a free explore. Take 1 more damage. It's a land. We just play the land, so no attackers yet. Our opponent can take us down to 2. If he can remove one of our guys, it's... He just removed one of our guys. That is over. So, yep. We can't block the we can't block that, so that's pretty much game. And that was really fast. It's a shame we couldn't get very far with this deck. But we have an idea now how to fix it. So that's it for this episode. Please stay tuned for the post-mortem. Truth be told, it's a shame that you did not see the deck come together in action. I guess you saw part of it in action in the very first game. But, again, if we don't cut the chaff, it will run out of gas eventually. And that's even when you're still drawing cards. So, that's how we're going to tune the deck. So, if you like what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please don't forget to see us in the post-mortem. And thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you guys again next time.